Starting a little early. Day 23. Hello, anyone watching this? Probably on VOD. Because my chatbot right now says the only people watching are Raimu, that's me, and Stream Elements, MSSMFS, Games 8 Gaming, and I think that's it. So it's just me and the bots to begin with. Okay. Yeah, where I left this off is we're getting collision events now. Hey, Chapfo. How are you doing? Getting collision events. I can fire these diamond blocks into the scene. And I can blow them up. Boom. So I think what I wanted to do with these collision events is if I get two blocks colliding with each other, I wanted to make a little sound. Also in the Discord, Stripe Monkey suggested this library. Hold on, let me find it again. It's called Dolly. Might try this out. Hey there, Endorn. I am early today because I gotta leave early. So Stripe Monkey told me about this. So it's a camera rig controller. What's cool about it is it makes the camera look more like realistic, like it's actually panning. And what was it on their GitHub? They have like a follow mode and a look at mode and a free camera mode. Are you back to work again? You're heading back to work. Why are you going to work? Isn't your workday over with? Don't work too hard, Endorn. So, I could use this even if I'm not doing those cool animations. Just to take over some of the math that I was doing for the camera. So I might look into this. But what I'd really like to try to find out today is what kind of libraries do we have for making sounds? So Rust game sounds. What kind of crates do we have? Oh, see, that's Rust the game. Game sound crate. RG 3D sound, Rust game dev. Multimedia list of Rust libraries. Rust audio. Here we go. This is like in the style of Are We Blank Yet, right? Okay, so it's just like a flat list here. I just have to kind of read them all, I guess. Here we go. Low-level cross-platform audio I/O library in pure Rust. That sounds cool to me. CPAL. I'd rather look at it on libs. Okay, so it's got 100K downloads per month. Not bad. Enumerate sound hosts, audio hosts. Enumerate all audio devices, default devices. So formats, getting the default format, build and run a stream. Okay. What I'd like to see supports Linux, Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android. Doesn't support the web though. Okay, there's compiling for WebAssembly. Why wouldn't they list that for the host? Hmm. Host provides access to the available audio devices. Device is an audio device. Stream is open flow. Okay, so there's like a default host. Hosting is the default output device. This is good. Okay. The stream is build output stream, and then there's a closure. React to stream events and read or write stream data here. React to errors here. Okay. The stream is running. Selected device will periodically call the data callback. Data callbacks pass an instance of shared data. All right. Cool. So this supports playing back audio, but I need another one to like load audio files, right? The other thing to consider is what if we have like multiple collisions going on? Do I need to mix the audio? Or do they have a mixer? Okay, let me look at a couple other crates then. Audio playback library. Let's see what this one's about. Okay, this one's higher level because playback is handled by CPAL. Okay, and this one handles actually the audio files. So that's good. So this might be better for me, right? It's higher level. Let's go here. Main concept of this library is the source trait, which represents a sound. I'll replace sound in 3 steps. Create an object that represents the sound. All right, get an output stream handle and call play. Twist the source to produce floats. Cool. So we'd like have a file reader and then a decoder, which comes from that crate rodeo. And then play raw source convert samples. Interesting. Okay. So I want to see, does it do mixing? Like, can we play several sounds at once? In order to make it easier to control playback, we have a sync, which represents an audio track. You can add it to the sync instead. Dummy source. Sleep until end. Okay. Good, there's a mixer. Mixer plays multiple sounds at the same time. Okay. We get a dynamic mixer controller and a dynamic mixer. Add new sounds with the controller. Okay. So is the mixer the source then? Yes, the mixer is the source. And the mixer controller has an add of another source. Okay, that's cool. Maybe we use this crate then. because this handles loading sounds, mixing sounds, and then playing sounds for me. Okay, what sounds to do? I've been I've been stealing the textures from Minecraft. What if I just also steal the sounds from Minecraft? I'd have to find where I put the stuff. I probably put it in that shared folder, right? Assets. Okay, here we go. Oh, sounds. Oh. I also don't know if the sounds from this virtual machine make it out to OBS. Let's see. Nope, I could hear it, but I didn't see anything on the OBS to see that you guys would have heard it. You guys can't hear that, right? So why not? Properties. Hold on. Oh, that's a Windows source. Of course you're not going to hear it. Desktop audio is what? Oh, okay, I have to run caster. Well, if I run that, hopefully my microphone doesn't stop working. Okay, can you hear me now? I'm talking through caster. It looks like it's working. So then does this work? Okay, I think you guys heard that, but I didn't hear it, so I need to turn it on for myself. Which button do I press for that? You heard it, yeah? Heard that anvil sound? How loud is it? It looks like it's pretty loud. Okay, now I need to make sure that I can hear it. What button do I press for that? If I do this, I'll hear myself, right? Oh, maybe not. Nope. Shoot. Oh, I probably need to need to add something here. Okay, so I probably need to add app, right? Add application track, and it's the virtual machine. And now, let's see. No, this might not be playing to the right device. So I need to send this to caster, right? Okay. Okay. You can still hear it, but I can't, which is weird. Oh no, you guys have some more anvil sounds while I debug this. I can see the meter rise for it, but I can't actually hear it. I have it on. I should be able to hear it. Oh, the default. I think I might know why. Yeah, I have to click one of these other buttons. Outputs. I needed to go to. Oh, I know what it is. It's the sampling rate. Yeah, yep. I have a problem with my KVM switch that my speakers don't work if I'm not running at 48 kilohertz. I need to set sampling rate 48,000. Okay. Oh, now I hear myself. I don't want to hear myself. So to not hear myself, I click, shoot. I click that button. Okay, can I still hear this now? Okay, I am on the wrong channel now. Test. Okay. You guys can hear me, but I'm on a different channel. Shoot, how do I do this? Actually, that makes sense. I gotta click there, right? Right? No. Click there, but then click one of these off. Test. Okay. Okay, you can't hear the anvil. I should be able to hear it, but I can't. Why not? I need that one. See where do I see that meter rise? I see it there. Oh wait, that's the wrong device. Shoot. I think I know what it is then. Well, what if I do this? Oh, now I hear it. Okay. Now I hear it too. You can hear it now, right? And I can hear it. That's the more important thing. I can hear it and you can hear it. But if I turn... Wait, I had this wrong then. Oh. So this button over here doesn't matter. Weird. I don't think I have this set up right. Oh, shoot, what do I do? Clearer now than before? Yeah. Please bear with me while I try to fix this setup. Probably should have gotten this to work from the beginning, right? Test. So with that, I can hear myself coming back, which makes sense. But why does this behave the way it's going? Actually, what I want to do is hit that button. No, I don't want that. I want that. Okay, I'm not going to question why this works, even though I press this. Oh, wait. Now it is working. Great. Okay, cool. I have it set up right now so that you can hear me, you can hear the sounds, I can hear the sounds, and I can't hear myself coming back. Yeah, I have to actually hit this button for you to hear it. So we're not going to do anvil when things collide because that would be really crazy. What about like gravel? We could have the sound based off of what blocks collide. So like here's the sand one. Right? And there's one for stone. And there's stone 2. You can start with this. I just need some sound, right, to play when things collide. Oh, this rhythm box is playing everything. Delete. Can't cut. How about, can I remove? There we go. Okay, so the idea is that we're going to take this sound file and play it whenever certain things collide. Okay, so let's take this file. Try to see if I can paste it in here. This would go in app, right? So the same level as app. Paste. Didn't work. Okay, can I move to workspace 1? Can I drag it? I can. Cool. All right, so there's my sound, stone 1. And I was going to use this library, Rodeo. It's at what version? 0.17. Okay. Is it just a coincidence it's the same version as Rapier 3D? All right. I have a yellow thing. Failed to run some build thing. Okay, what is it? Cargo Clippy. Package also is not found. So I think I'm missing the dev RPM for ALSA, right? So how about we do sudo rpm install ALSA devel. It's not RPM, right? It's apt. It's not ALSA devel. Was it just ALSA then? It's like ALSA base. ALSA base devel. Shoot, I don't know. Good morning, Nightshade dude. Having a problem that we need ALSA configured. Cannot find system library ALSA. This is one thing I kind of don't like about Linux distributions is like with the naming conventions, I can't always guess the right package name. So I basically need the development libraries for ALSA. I don't know, is it like lib ALSA maybe? Nope. Lib ALSA devel? Nope. ALSA dev maybe? Let's try it. Nope, not ALSA dev. Guess we'll have to search the internets. ALSA dev RPM. ALSA lib devel. ALSA lib devel. Nope. That's a CentOS. Okay, so I kind of want to say Ubuntu. ALSA lib. Nope. Except those cookies. Lib a sound 2. Okay. Okay, that's lib a sound 2 devel maybe? or dev. Aha! I figured it out. It's live asound2/dev. All right, now cargo clippy. Ah, that was it. We figured it out. So click this button and it should go away, right? What is it? I have to go to the terminal or tourist terminal. Oh no, I don't have to go to the terminal. I just have to do reload workspace. There we go. Still have a yellow? Restart server? There we go. Now it's happy again, right? Before we play the sounds, I don't want to do it on every collision, right? I only want to do it when the collision is strong enough. So let me figure that part out. So we had these callbacks in the app when we set it up, right? Oh no, it was in the app's simulate Steinman detonation, right? No, that's something else. Was it around here? I can't remember where it was. It wasn't here, was it? Oh, it was here. Event handler. Yeah, this thing. Right, it doesn't have any state right now, which is fine. But I was thinking we'll add state to there. We'd add the state that we need for playing back audio, right? Okay, here we go. So we get some paracolliders, and I want to know, like, do we get, like, the strength of the collision? There's a collision event, maybe. Started. We get the two handles with the... Okay, that's not it. Is it the contact pair? Manifolds. What's a manifold is just this the two, like the bodies that collided, the normal, relative dominance. That's not what we want, right? Maybe it's contact force event, because then we get a force magnitude. We should have been printing that, but I don't think we were getting that. Cargo run, please. There we go. I think we were only getting these collisions. We weren't getting these force events. I think it's usually libname dev on debbing systems. The thing that tripped me up, I think, was that instead of it being ALSA, it was a sound 2. It was a sound 2. And yeah, dev instead of devel. So those naming conventions trip me up, you know? Okay, so let's add a bunch of cubes and see what we get. Why did it move it? Why did it put it on workspace 2? But, oh, because I was sitting on workspace 2. Let's move it to workspace 1. There we go. Yeah, we're seeing those collisions, but no force events, right? So you don't know how hard things are hitting. I might need to enable that separately, right? That we were looking at the rapier stuff for that, right? Let's keep that one open. That one, I kind of would like to look into that too. Is it this one? That's collider. Don't need that one, right? That's an algebra. We don't need those anymore. Okay, was it here? Aha, here we go. Active events. Active hooks. User data. Active collision types. I'm wondering if it's like in this active events thing. Okay, let's import this rather than doing that. So I can just import event handler up here. Bye. Bye to kiddo going to school. Okay, so use that. Then I can just say that. Oh wait, that's right. I had my own name. That's why I did that. Shoot. Do you want to call that something else then? I'll just leave it. I'll leave it alone. Event. Too many things called event. There we go. Aha. Rapier call handle contact force event whenever relevant for this collider. So let's turn this on and see what we get. Can I turn on both? Turn on both and let's see what we get. Hey there, Sarian. How are you doing? I'm delving a little bit more into the physics engine and trying to add sound today. Oh, we have force events that are continuously going off. Oh, now it's settled. The collisions and then some force events in there. The collisions are getting a little distracting, so let's turn that off. I'm okay. I am kind of feel like I'm nearly done with playing around with these libraries. Unless chat comes up with more ideas, I gotta start thinking about the next thing I want to do on stream. We have a lot of events with the ground, which I don't care about. So maybe next, well, I want to see how impactful they are. What if I just hit this thing? There's a force event with the ground. See how it's incrementing? Because every time I fire, I'm creating a new cube. So that's the ID of the cube I'm creating. Is there a force event with something that's not the ground? Yeah, but it was hard to see. I need to shoot it while it's still flying in the air, so it's not... There we go. Problem is we're seeing the other one thing. So maybe I filter this so that it's not... We don't show things hitting with the ground. Okay, so to do that... we would say if model handle 1 is not equal to 0, it's not equal to 0. Oh, while I'm at it, why don't I print out the force magnitude? Force. And these I just realized they can go inside because they are simple names. Total force magnitude can go in here too. So yes, here, and I'm going to do something I've never done on stream before, which is play with sounds too. I want to have it so that when things collide, they're actually starting to make sounds, because never done that before. I'm going to wait till things settle, and then... So now we're ignoring the ground. So what happens when I shoot this block? Okay, we get a pretty big force. So that must be the collision of my diamond bullet with the block. And then we get 3 more lesser collisions. Those are like ricochets off of different faces, probably, right? And there again. So that's these 3. Just getting a sense for like at what force magnitude do we want to start making sounds. What if I drop 1? Okay, there's a ton of stuff, and there's still a bunch right there. So we kind of want to ignore all these little ones, right? Let's set a force threshold of like 100 and see what that does. You see where I'm getting at, right? Once I get it down to the collisions that I actually care about, then I'm, instead of just, or in addition to printing out a message, I'm going to have it play a sound. So this would be, and total force magnitude is greater than 10. Sounds fun, that's right. Okay, so if I add a cube, oh, that fell through the ground. That didn't. Okay, so now these aren't making sounds, so maybe 10 is too high. So, yeah. I could also like adjust. Maybe this library allows me to adjust the loudness. Let's see, pal, is a rodeo. Did I close that? No, this is it. Yeah, when I wonder if we can adjust the volume of sounds with this. It's this ad, right? And it's a new source. Maybe when we make a source. Hold on. See what we can do with sources. Channels, current frame length, sampling rate, total duration. Okay, there's amplify. So yeah, maybe we can make sources that amplify. I have to make different sources though. I was thinking about using the same source for different things. Fade in, periodic access, speed, reverb. So I could like pre-amplify or make amplified sounds at different levels, I guess. For different, well, let's see what we do, what we get. Maybe we can make the sounds adjust them for how hard things hit. So 10 is obviously too small. We can't even hear these things hit. Okay, there we're getting a bunch of stuff. Actually, there's too much. It's too much. So if an individual one falls from the sky and lands, yeah, we're getting a. So 10 is too high, but then when I reset and I have a single cube here, it doesn't actually hit the ground. Oh, that's because we're ignoring the ground. Ah, yeah. Let me comment that out for a second. I want to try to get an idea of what threshold I set before I make a sound. Could you not call amplify right before you add the sound? The problem is if I add the sound to the mixer, then what do I do for the next sound? Right? Maybe I would have to clone the sound every time, and then yeah, if I clone the sound, then I can amplify the cloned sound. That's right. Okay, I think 10 is still too high because I'm getting like 4 force events, one at 200. So maybe we set it even higher to like maybe 100, not 10. I know I need to have some kind of threshold there because if I don't, then we're going to hear like sounds for the slightest tap will hear a sound. And I don't want to overwhelm the mixer with too many sounds. Okay, there was 2 sounds. Maybe that's good. So it's like one when the first corner hits and then when it settles. There's 1 sound. There didn't make a sound, which is fine because it's a small block. There's a bunch of sounds. See, this would play 7 sounds simultaneously. Not sure if that's something we want. So maybe I need to increase it a little more. How about 150? At a certain point, I'll go from going by eye to going by ear. Okay, one sound for that. One there. Cool. Okay, what if I that looks good. So what if I go by I'll turn this back on. So yeah, we're not going to make sounds when stuff hits the ground, but we will make sounds if blocks hit each other. Okay, so for this, I need to have a couple things, right? We need to have one of these mix controllers. Mixer, I guess. What's the S? S. Sample plus send plus static. I don't know. Oh, I16, U16, or F32. I think we're going to go with F32. Okay, so then in addition to a mix controller, we got something else, right? A mixer. Oh, and these are arcs. So they call the other one the mixer. So we'll call this the mix controller. Mixer controller. Arc. Okay, this one's not an arc. It's just dynamic mixer. Okay, so I need to have like a new for this, right? Oh, I also have to mark it as send. And sync. Wait, what? Oh, shoot. The event handler has to be sent and sync, so it can't own the stuff directly. So what? Mutex? Cool, because it's called asynchronously, right? All right. Although I don't like blocking in this kind of thing, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. New self mixer controller and mixer, so we know what to do. Let mixer controller and mixer equals, so it's rodeo dynamic mixer mixer. Okay. Dynamic mixer? What's the difference? Mixer plays multiple sounds at once, builds a new mixer. Oh, this is the module. Right. Okay, so dynamic. Let's fully qualify it. Two channels, 48,000 sampling rate. Okay, what's the type? Oh, right, I need to put this into a into a mutex. So let mixer equal mutex new mixer. All right. Then when we create it, we have to just do new. Cool. All right, and then when we don't need this collision event, we're not looking at that anymore, right? I guess we'll just leave that alone. For here, we're gonna play a sound. So self dot mixer controller dot add. So we need to we'll have a sound. It's like self. Let's name it after the sound file. So that would be what is it? Stone 1. And we're gonna clone it. Let's not worry about amplifying it yet. So we need to actually have a sound. So stone 1. Oh, hello, kitty. Here. Come here. Come here. Look, it's a kitty. She's annoyed. Now she's gonna get me back. She's gonna get me back when I least expect it. Okay, so how do I make a source again? Okay, we get a source by using a decoder on a file. Cool. A file is a reader, right? So I can do a buff reader on okay, let's see about this. So this is a source. Oh. Okay, so it's a dynamic thing. So what do I get from decoder new then? Decoder new gives me a decoder R. Really? So it's generic on some R. Okay. What's this R? Read plus seek. The reader, I guess? Sometimes I hate what was I gonna say? Sometimes I hate the the names that they use, the single letter names for the generics. It probably stands for reader, right? But and they so this a decoder acts as a source. They're saying it implements source. Yes. Okay. Okay, but really, I don't want to decode it every time. I want to read it once into memory. So is there a way to do that? Their top level docs talked about it, right? Yeah, I can do convert samples. Yes. And it gives you a sample converter. Iterator that reads from a source and converts the samples to specific rate. See, how do I know if it's caching it? I don't want to convert it every time we play. By the way, cat. Guess we can look at the source and see. I know, cat. Yep, cat. I'd really like to pre-convert the sound into raw, and know that it's only converted once. Yeah, the derives clone, sure, but uh, do they talk about like how it's cached or how it works here? Well, maybe I just hope that it caches. I have a feeling that it's gonna decode and cache. It's gonna decode every time for every copy of the source. Why don't we just let it do that? Who cares? Who cares? So then I just need to know the generic type, and that's going to depend on the reader. So why don't we just make a reader and find out what it is? So let's just do that. So let stone1 reader is buff reader, right? Standard IO. That's not what we want. What is it? Oh, it is new. Oh, it's something that implements read, right? How do you just make one with a... Okay, yeah, because ultimately I want... So let stone1 file is include bytes. Stone1.og, right? So that's a slice. So can a slice implement read? Let's see. Stone. I think that's actually how it works, right? Slice implements read. Right. So I get a buff reader of a slice. Why is there a 0 there? So does that mean that means that this would be of this then? Is that right? That's stone. Well, let stone1 equals source new. I can't remember. This decoder new. Source is the trait. Okay, so we'll just unwrap that. Okay, it's of type buff reader. Hey, stop that. Cat, you're gonna get ejected from the office if you mess with my ring light. You wanna play? Come here. Come here, kitty. Come here. No, we're not playing. Hold on. Hold on. Come on, cat. Come here. Let's go play in the other room. Say goodbye to Kitty. Kitty's going to go play in the other room. She starts eating my ring light, then it's not a good thing. Okay, what's the type of this then? So what is the lifetime here? Oh, there's an item. So it's buff reader item equals? Oh, it's decoder, not source. Really? So why is, so do I really need to have this 0 thing in there? Okay, literally if I have that, what's it gonna do? It doesn't like this type. Is this lying to me about the type? I think it's that, but I'm not sure. We can just do a check right here, right? Let's comment this out, make sure I got the type right. Okay, obviously it's wrong. So what's the deal here? Oh, cool. Read is not satisfied. So how do I make a buff reader for a slice? Convert the array to a slice. Okay. Wait. It already is a slice. Okay. Weird that I had to do that. Okay, so now it is a buff reader of a slice. So what's going on here? Can't seek within a slice. Wait, no, it made the buff reader. Read seek source, read only source. File. Decoder requires read plus seek, but buffer implements either trait if the reader supports a trait, but slices don't implement seek. Well, why not? I should be able to seek anywhere within a. Maybe it's just the way seek works. It has to have like a current position, and a slice can't have doesn't have that. So I need like a wrapper for that. Um, I forget how to do that, so let's look it up. So right, a current position. Yeah, you want a cursor? Yes, that's exactly what I want. Thank you, Sarian. See that's the one I couldn't remember. Let's build this one step at a time. Will I need to slice this? I'm guessing yes. So the type is more complicated, right? Cursor goes inside buff reader. Okay, then that type goes here. Part of me says instead of putting the type here, we should box it and erase the type, right? Why do I care that it's a buff reader or the cursor of a slice? I should probably just box it, right? Boxed. That's a thing, right? Yes. And what's wrong with this? I have to have item equals type. What's the type, though? What's the type? Don't know because it doesn't say. I'm gonna guess it's the sample type, F32. And I'm correct. Hey there, Mars Raptor. Does this have... Oh, actually, I think I probably said hi before. Does this have a relation to your game, or are you just learning for the sake of knowledge? Learning for the sake of knowledge, Mars Raptor. I'm just learning various Rust libraries. Actually, we're branching out into sound now. I should add that to the project list. Okay, so our sound can't be shared. So I'm thinking maybe this needs to be put into an inner. If I could have a whole bunch of more things, then I probably should have it, right? Yeah, let's just do it. The mutex moves out then. I don't think we need to share it. Oops. I don't think it needs interior mutability. It just needs to be send and sync or whatever. So okay, so then it would be self inner mutex new this type. And I don't need to do this one anymore. Okay. Is it still not send and sync? So mutex doesn't allow me to send it. I need to, I need to put it into an arc, really? I can do that, but it's sort of redundant that we have that out there. Maybe I only need arc. I can't, well, let's, one thing at a time. So arc new, that. No. Okay, it's really that the source can't be sent. This can't be send. But why does it care? Remember making a sound mixer for an Android game back in your job? Seems the Men in Black have erased your memories of how to do it, sadly. I'm still tripping up on what is it here? Send. My event handler is still not send for some reason. So let me read the thing fully. The rodeo source cannot be sent between threads because the send is not implemented for the source. It's required for, I don't know, unique pointer source to implement send, required for mutex to implement sync. One redundant requirement hidden, required for arc mutex to implement sync. Arc mutex doesn't implement sync? What? I thought that's the whole reason why you put it into an arc mutex is so that it could be sync. Cares because mutex allows you to obtain a unique reference which allows you to take the box, transferring it to another thread. Right, so mutex isn't the right type. This has to be, we have to use interior mutability, really? That can't, I've never heard of this before. Mutex allows you to obtain a unique reference, which will allow you to take the box. That does, I don't understand that. Transferring into another thread. Isn't the whole point of mutex is to get mutual like exclusive access to something that's shared? Why would it allow you to take the box? Back to the book. Mutex. So a mutex implements send and sync. You could replace it with another value. I don't see how though. I thought when you lock it, you only get a shared reference. You can't move stuff out with a shared reference. That wouldn't let you do it, right? This gives me a lock result, which is a guard. You get a guard out of it, right? Why can't I click on guard? I didn't think you could move stuff out with the mutex. So yeah, I totally don't understand that. And that's the problem, is how do I get to that understanding? Okay, that didn't help. So that's how we make something. Actually, I shouldn't need the arc, right? Because, whoops, didn't it tell me a mutex is send and sync? So I'm not actually sharing it. I shouldn't have to do an arc at all. The arc didn't help. So something to do with what Sarian said. I know Sarian, I know you're right. I just am not getting the understanding. Mutex gives you a guard object that implements deref mute, which gives you a mutable a mutable shared reference. I still don't understand how you can take out of the box if you have a mutable reference. I thought you can only take stuff out if you own it, not if you have a shared, not if you're borrowing. I didn't think that you could move things out through a borrow like that. Sure, a unique reference. That just means a reference is still a borrow, though. You don't own it. Is the problem that it's a box? Is that the problem? Okay. The problem though is that it's a box, right? If I got rid of the box. Hey there, D-Dragon, are you? Sad cat? What sad cat? Where's the sad cat? Oh, I have a window underneath the chat. Let's fix that. Well, so like if I got rid of the box, if I just made this generic on this some source. And I just made this some source, right? So I have to repeat this. Get rid of that. It's this, right? You see, now it's fine, right? Because I don't have a box. Problem is that the thing in the box is a trait object that doesn't implement send and sync. It doesn't implement send and sync because you didn't require it to. It only implements source. So I could go back to a box if I make sure it's send and sync, which I think it is, right? I don't need that. Here we go. Decoder, right? Decoder is send and sync. I just didn't say that it was. Yeah, I'd rather make it generic, so let me try to do that. So, but I still don't really understand send and sync, I guess. Okay, so back to this problem. No, not completely back to that problem yet. Hold on, what? Why is it giving me the error in a different spot now? Or maybe that's where it was the whole time, and I just forgot. Okay, yeah, so putting aside for the moment the fact that I don't understand why the box needs to be send sync, putting that aside for now, to make it so that I tell it that it is send sync, I have to have some kind of requirement on this. So it would be plus send plus sync, right? And the box doesn't work because there is no method boxed, because probably I just need to do box new on it. I think boxed was for closures, right? Okay, now the problem is that the types are different. I16. How did the item get I16? I guess decoder new returns no, it should be generic on the R. How come it thinks it's I16? Expected to be an iterator that yields F32, but it yields I16. How does it do that? It's probably the implementation of iterator for decoder. Yep, items I16. That's the problem. Oh, I don't care. Let's move to I16. I16 it is. But does that mean that when I add it, it has to be compatible? Yeah, it's gonna have a problem here, right? Yeah, so do I still need a mutex here? Out of curiosity, maybe maybe I don't actually need a mutex. No, because this box, or maybe it's that mixer is not send and sync. Sync is not implemented for dyne source plus send plus static. Dynamic mixer is not sync. Is that it? Back to mixer. Dynamic mixer is not sync. You're correct. So it's not this anymore, it's this. So I had to, yeah, so that's why I need the mutex. I need the mutex because the mixer is not sync. And this syncs it. Okay. No problem. We just need to lock it here. So let inner equals self.inner.lock.unwrap. And then it's inner. And I can't clone because it's inside a box. Because we erased the type. Okay, so does it have a method? Does source have a method through which I can clone it? That would be the best, right? The trait had a method. No, it's just got channels, current frame length, sample rate, and total duration. Oh wait, that's required methods. What's provided methods? Buffered. Stores the source in a buffer in addition to returning it. What does that mean? This iterator can be cloned. Maybe that's what I want to do. I want to buffer it initially, and then that buffer can be cloned. Yeah, so this implements clone. So if I buffer it, and then yeah, so let's try that. That's what I was talking about before, right? I wanted to cache it, but I guess they're using the word buffer. So then I don't want to erase the type exactly. I just want to say it's a buffered. Okay, it still erase the I though, right? Or can I? No, it wants a source directly. Ugh. That's the problem is I gotta be, maybe I just hide the type. So type buffered, let's just see buffered sound. Buffered. Why is it not offering to import this? Okay, let's be specific. Rodeo source buffered. Okay, now it's generic on the source. I can just read it off of here, right? It's a decoder buff reader cursor. Oh, okay. I hate exact types. But then once I do that, I don't need to box it anymore, right? Because it's send and sync, right? Yes, it's send and sync. We're good. So buffered decoder. I forgotten already. What time is it? Okay, I need to stop in half an hour. Decoder buff reader cursor. Buff reader cursor of slices. Yeah, what a mouthful. Okay, so that's a buffered sound. Cool. So then I don't box it anymore. But what I do after unwrapping it, how do I make a buffered? I got to that from the source can be buffered, right? So it's dot buffered. There we go. Cool. All right. And we're able to clone it now. So what's wrong with, oh, this is inner, right? Expected buffered. Oh, it needs to be F32 because my mix controller is F32. So I guess we're going back to I16 for everything to be compatible. Cool. Now we just have one warning that we're not using the mixer, which is fine. I need to figure that out now. So how do I use the mixer? Builds a new mixer after, so the mixer is the source, right? Yes, so then Am I just constantly playing the mixer, right? What happens if mixer is asked to generate a sample and we're not mixing anything? There's a blanket implementation. Okay, let's see its in iter implementation. Let's see its next. Next, if it has something, well, it'll return none. Is that okay? That might be a problem, right? I wish this told me a little bit more about how to use these things. See, that's obvious, but like what's not obvious is like how do I use the mixer as a source? Do I have to wait until I add something to it and then play it? I guess it all goes back to here, right? So if we created the object and that's the mixer, then we just call play raw. Oh, so I have to do a convert samples. Okay, so somewhere else, well, actually, I guess I can do it in that event handler. I can just do one of these, make a stream, and then tell the stream to play it. Okay, let's do that. I'm too lazy to type this myself, so I'm going to type it here. So that would be here, right? So we have some, do we need to hold on to that stream? I don't know. Let's assume that I do. So we have a stream and a stream handle. Okay. And then we tell the stream to play our mixer. So our source is mixer. Does it own it at that point? Let's see. Play raw. Okay, it owns the mixer, so I don't actually store the mixer anymore. Instead, I'll store the stream handle. And presumably, I gotta store the stream too. Okay, types are output stream and output stream handle. Output stream. Okay, and okay, one of them is not send. Output stream. Okay, oh, stream. So the output stream is not send. Dang it. Uh-oh. Cat's doing bad things out in the hallway. Not send and not sync. Great. Ah. Maybe I just return it. And we let yeah. Because I don't need it after I set it up, right? Yeah. Let's let the app deal with it. So we don't hold on to these anymore, right? Instead, it's self and then stream handle. Oh, what happened here? just new, right? Okay. So then, yeah, we create it down here, right? So that means we don't want to create it in step. So we want to actually pass it in here, right? This takes a dyn event handler. So let's move that to here. There. That's I forget. That's one of these. Too many types. Raw. Too many types. Okay, and then what's wrong with that? Oh, probably that. Yeah, so then we're moving this up, up to step here. So that means I really want to put it in inner, right? Inner, where are you? Inner. Here. So event handler. Okay, and then we're gonna make it, right? So this has to borrow it. Okay, and then we have to make it down here. So that is event handler new. We have to do this outside though, because we're going to get a bunch of things, right? And we're going to have to store them there. Okay, so let event handler, what was it? Output stream handle equals event handler new. Okay, and then event handler. But we don't want to destroy the stream handle. We want to kind of store that, so we're going to add that here. So then we need to add it to inner. So that goes here. So stream is this output stream, right? Stream handle is an output stream handle. Got one error. Is it a multi-borrow thing? Yeah. Okay, so step is mutable. And handler's not. Well, then I'm going to make it severable. Option. Let event handler equal app dot event handler dot take. Let it borrow it and put it back. That's unwrap. And then we don't do assignment here, right? It's sum. And another error down here. This will be sum. Well, I guess I can wrap it up here, right? No, I can't. Sum event handler. Okay, now I just got warnings. Let's fix those. Or I'm not ever using it, but I have to hold on to it. Play. What is play? It's got a result. I guess we'll unwrap it. See if it panics there. Don't need that type anymore. Yeah, maybe I just suppress that for now. Need to hold on to it. We don't ever use it though. It should just run, right? I don't know. Let's see if it works. There goes nothing. It's probably gonna panic right away, right? No, it didn't panic. Okay, but it also, I don't hear anything. Do you actually need to hold on to the mixer side of the type? You only need to play stuff, right? I don't know what happens if I don't own the mixer. Maybe it gets destroyed. So, I don't know. I don't think it's working because I don't hear any sound. Bummer. Well, what if, do we hear it if we make one right away? Let's see. Um, Int handler. Let's like add the source right away when we play. Or do I need to tell it to play? Hold on. Maybe I need to actually use, let's see back at the top. What did it say I had to do? It just says play raw, play the sound. It meant like you return it separately and have the stream output outside the event handler. It has to persist. And the event handler has to be synchronized between threads, and we can't sync the stream, right? It was not sync. So I couldn't have the event handler hold it. It had to be held separately. Yeah. I figured that we need to own it somewhere. So I just let the app own it. Um, Assuming, I guess, that we have to own it. If I don't have to own it, then maybe we just drop it, right? But there shouldn't be any harm in owning it, right? That's just the sync. Yeah, I wanted to try to just add it before we do play raw. So where's the play raw? Right here. What if I just add it initially? Oh, shoot. That's all done in the event handler. Then that would be mixer controller dot add stone1 clone, right? So that should play the sound when we start at least once. Yeah, okay, it played it once. You guys heard it, right? It's playing it once. I think the problem is that once it's done, and it doesn't continue playing. So I need to figure out how to like get it to continue playing even though we're not mixing anything. I thought that the mixer would do that. Maybe there's some property of the mixer. Like you'd think that a mixer would continue to just output silence, but I was looking at it and it said, where was it? Dynamic mixer, right? It's in its implementation of the iterator next. It did a none, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good. That means it's probably going to end the iteration, right? We actually wanted to do something slightly different. We wanted to output a silence sample if there's nothing to play, right? Unless maybe current sources. We could put in a silence source, right? We can make our own source that just outputs silence. That's one way I could hack it, right? So we would have I guess I can put it in the controller, right? Doesn't really matter. Do they provide me one? Like, is there a type that just emits silence? Constant or something. How about we look at the implementations of source implemented by box source. Box9 source, send and interesting. How do they do that? Okay, implementers. Amplify, blit filter, buffer, channel volume. What's channel volume? Combines channels and input into a single. Okay, interesting. Delay, done. What's done? When the inner source is empty, this decrements. Okay, cool. Don't need that. Empty? An empty source. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, it's just always none. Okay, that's not useful. Fade in from, there's a mix. What's mix? Oh, that's mixing two sources directly. Okay, possible. Repeat, maybe? A source that repeats a given source. So I could have a mixer on repeat, I guess. Think you want a sync section? The sync section? I don't know, do I? I thought that the mixer would be useful, just outputting silence if it had no sources. I just want a single line change, right? So a hack would be to always have a source in the mix that just outputs silence and then it just never ends, right? Here we go, 0. An infinite source that produces 0. That's exactly what I want. I want to add a 0 source to the mix. So the sixth section of the main library page. Yeah, but why do I care about that? Sync. I'm not sure what you mean by a sync. Depends the sound of the queue of sounds to play. So you're thinking instead of having a mixer, just have a sync? Or add the mixer to the sync over and over again whenever we play something new? I just want it to be always playing, you know? Play silence if there's nothing else to play. Oh, sync is a different, so I'm only getting that. How come there, of the crate level, a section called sync? How did you get there? Sync, oh, here. Okay, got it. I think the problem with this is it only takes a single source, right? It'll append, it'll add a source at the end of the sync, right? It'll play when all the previous sounds of, so I don't want to cue sounds to play independently. I want them to play at the same time. So if I'm already playing one sound and another collision happens, I want it to overlap. You know what I mean? Like this would work if I have a sequence of sounds, but I want the sounds actually to mix together. Read the next sentence. Oh, if you want the sounds to play simultaneously, you create. Yeah, but why not have? Isn't that what a mixer does, though? Is it combines multiple into one? So this implies that I'm going to want to make a new sync for every sound, right? So maybe that's another way to do it. So instead of having a single mix source that has a silence element in it, this way is saying like just make a sync for every source, and I guess there's another mixer under the hood implied by this statement. Okay, I think they're both fine, but I'm already invested in mixer. I just need to make mixer work correctly. I need to give it a 0 source. So where are we going to store that? I guess we'll store that here. 0 source. And this I can box, right? So actually, no, I don't even need to hold on to it. I just add it to the mixer, don't I? So mixer controller add 0. New. That's interesting. Why does it care? Oh, because they're all right. So it's 248,000. Cool. Let's just see if that works. So that should keep the mixer running, and I can continue to play sounds. So it'll just constantly play something. If it's just no sounds playing, it'll play zeros. There we go. Add a bunch. That did exactly what I wanted. There's a delay though. There's a delay of like maybe, I don't know, what is that? Maybe like a quarter second. That might be a limitation of the library, right? Okay, that makes it more fun. Ooh, here we go. Ready? Detonate. Kaboom. All right. Okay. Couple things I could do, right? So I could have the sound we play depend on what is colliding with what. I could attenuate the sounds depending on the force, right? So here, when we clone the sound, we could give it an attenuation depending on the force magnitude. I'll let that go to voicemail. All right. Sound is hard. I I don't think I need to worry about the force because already when we have multiple collisions at once, the overlapping of the sounds makes it all louder. It would be nice to kill that delay though. Latency is just too big. I can see if other people have run into this. This is rodeo, right? So, DuckDuckGo, rodeo latency. Achieving low latency. Okay, that do I have to say only? Yes. Issues. Can't get any better than 12. Okay, well, 12 milliseconds is pretty dang good. Why am I getting large? Oh, you know what? I might be getting a bigger latency because it's going through a virtual machine. That might be a virtual machine lag, right? I'd have to try this outside to see. You guys won't be able to see it, but I can send this outside the virtual machine and try running it on directly on the Mac and see if there's a lag. Let me see. Yeah, you can't see that. Okay, there's no sound. Why? Oh, because I didn't pull it. Okay. Pull. And then run. Waiting, waiting. Now it's building. We have 313 libraries now. I could add another OBS source that shows you guys the window. That's something I could have done while I was waiting for this to compile, isn't it? Anyway, it's done. Okay, there's no lag. So the lag is all virtual machine lag. And I just blew your ears off. Sorry about that. That was really loud. Sorry. Let me add a source. What would it be, like Mac OS screen cap? No, not screen capture. I want Windows source, right? Or do I want screen capture? So this is like external window. Nope, that's the whole screen. We don't want that. Look at that. You can see my chat. We don't want that one. Delete it. Remove. I'm recursive. Yes, remove it. Media source, video cachers. Which one do I want to add? I don't see it. Is it? Oh, window capture is deprecated? What the heck? Hold on. Is it capture source, but I have to switch it to... Okay, let's not make it visible to start with. I think it maybe defaults to the whole screen. I have to switch it to a window. Yeah, okay, I have to switch it. Okay, now... Actually, that's exactly what I want. So show that there. All right, so that's running outside the virtual machine. You can see that there's no audio lag, right? It's very loud though. How do I turn down the volume of that window? I could do that with this. Add app. It's not showing up. Why doesn't my app show up here? Well, I can just lower the fader. This one, right? Lower it, I don't know, 10 dB. That didn't work. It's not desktop audio, I guess. And why did the hold on. Go back in the VN. Run it again. That's weird. It's actually capturing the sound twice and adding it. Okay, I don't understand it. But my fader didn't work. Why not? Oh, I don't know. It's probably the way I have this set up. It doesn't show up as an application either. Sound source? What's that? Lower that. Nope, it's still blowing your ears off. I'll just mute that and I'll I don't know how to do this. I'll set this up later. We'll just hide that for now. And you can just trust me that the lag is all in the virtual machine. Cool. I'm actually running out of time, so yeah, I'm gonna have to stop. It's so sad. But that's cool. We got sound working on block collisions. Figured out how to use this mixer thing. So there were two ways we thought of to play sounds continuously. One is with this, having the mixer have a zero source. The other one was Sarian's idea of using a sync for each source and just having the whatever underlies all the syncs actually mix them for me. See, I think either way is fine. This I kind of like having explicit control over this because if I wanted to, I could put an amplify on the mixer and like. Actually, that's a good question. When I put an amplifier on it, can I change the gain? This one, right? Amplify. No, not this one. This one. Not this one either. Where is it? This one. Can I modify? Oh, I can. So I can like have a volume control like for the whole mix if I wanted. And I don't know if I could do that with the syncs. Hey there, Toulouse. Sorry about the blowing your ears off, Toulouse. I haven't done anything with volume in this thing. Are you saying you want to hear it again? It's not that loud, is it? Put some blocks in there and then detonate them. Kaboom. Yeah, we're just playing the stone Minecraft sound that I stole from here. How come double click didn't work? There it goes. We're just playing these sounds that I stole from Minecraft. Oh, because it's adding them here. Remove that. Play. Playing that sound, but at full volume because I didn't do anything with the gains on these files. Actually, I could have just played it from here, right? Yeah, this. So when I play it at full volume, it sounds pretty much a lot louder. Like that. Sound is hard, yeah. Well, I'll continue to play with it. I kind of like to be able to control the mix volume and have it start off. So maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'm just happy I got the whole thing to work. So I need to clean this up, like the sampling rate constants should, and numbers of channels needs to be moved out as constants. We need to see, maybe I don't need to hold on to the stream and stream handle. Maybe I can just drop them. Maybe it's okay just to have the mixer by itself. I have a theory that we do need to hold on to the stream because in the end, we tell the stream to play the mixer, right? So I'm guessing it owns the mixer, so we have to own it. So we have to probably hold on to one of these two. Maybe we don't need to hold on to both. Maybe we only need to hold on to the stream handle. I don't know. But yeah, I'm out of time, unfortunately. Let's go watch C# Fritz. So let's take a break from Rust and look at some C#, shall we? I'll be back tomorrow to do more playing loud sounds to blow your ears out. Hopefully not. Probably work on that volume control so it's not so loud and maybe add some new sounds. I don't know. We'll see. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Okay.